If it remains simpatico with Trump, it's going to wield major power and to a degree direct the first 100 days of Trump's presidency. Which side is Trump on? Is Trump on the side of the pseudo-populist right? They're running high specifically because MAGA is now asking itself,
raise your hand if you've ever said something nice about someone you didn't like. Now imagine if your best friend suddenly called you a traitor for it. That's exactly what's happening to Trump right now. MAGA fans are treating Trump like he just announced he's becoming a vegan socialist, all because he said Jimmy Carter wasn't so bad. It's like watching your parents fight at Thanksgiving dinner, but with more caps lock. Trump just did something that's making everyone scratch their heads. He said something nice about Jimmy Carter. Yeah, you heard that right. The guy who usually throws insults like confetti at a parade actually had some kind words for another politician. Let's break down what Trump said. He called Carter's job as president an enormous responsibility and said Carter did everything in his power to improve the lives of all Americans. Trump even said we all owe Carter a debt of gratitude. It's like hearing your grumpy uncle compliment the neighbors. You're not sure if you should believe it or check for pod people.
A MAGA civil war, which I believe is clear is going to play a major role in the first 100 days of the Trump administration. It will be because this devolving into a civil war that we're seeing gets so bad that the coalition implodes, and it will then wreak havoc over the first 100 days of Trump's incoming administration. Which side is Trump on? Is Trump on the side of the pseudo-populist right? So either way, this is potentially going to be the defining aspect of the first 100 days of the second Trump term.
Now, this is a far cry from Trump's usual approach to talking about other politicians. Remember Little Marco Rubio? Or how about Lion Ted Cruz? Trump's been handing out mean nicknames like they're party favors at a kid's birthday bash. He's usually more roast master than toast master when it comes to his political rivals. But with Carter, Trump's tone was different. One person even called it totally standard and milquetoast in every way. That's a fancy way of saying it was about as spicy as vanilla ice cream. No zingers, no jabs, just nice words. It's like watching a tiger suddenly decide to become a vegetarian. So what gives? Is Trump going soft? Is he trying out a new nice guy routine? Or is there more to this story than meets the eye? It's got people wondering if Trump's playing 4D chess while everyone else is stuck on checkers. Here's the full scoop. Trump's words came after news of Carter's passing. He acknowledged the exclusive club of presidents and the challenges Carter faced. Trump even mentioned that he and Melania were thinking of the Carter family during this tough time. It's almost presidential, but hold on to your MAGA hats, folks. Not everyone's buying Trump's nice guy routine. In fact, some of his biggest fans are throwing a fit that would make a toddler proud. They're acting like Trump just announced he's becoming a vegan socialist. And let me tell you, that reaction is wilder than a cat in a room full of rocking chairs.
It's really going to play a major role in those first 100 days, no matter what happens. And what I mean by that is, if indeed the Musk technocrat coalition, which has reached Trump and seized control to a degree, it wasn't a new Trump, but it's this one time Trump opted not to hurl horrible insults. If it remains simpatico with Trump, it's going to wield major power and to a degree direct the first 100 days of Trump's presidency. Trump on the side of the technocratic, anarcho-capitalist, whatever.
Remember when Trump said he could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and not lose voters? Well, he didn't shoot anyone, but he said something nice about Jimmy Carter. And wouldn't you know it, his supporters are acting like he committed treason. What's got MAGA world foaming at the mouth? The answer might surprise you. Trump's fans are losing their minds over a few kind words. It's like watching a bunch of kids throw a tantrum because their favorite superhero complimented the villain. One MAGA supporter, going by the charming name Comey's Kill Puppies, yikes, said, "I appreciate your graciousness toward him, but it won't win you any points from the leftists. They are soulless." Apparently being nice is now a crime in MAGA land. But wait, it gets better. Another supporter named John went full detective mode, criticizing Trump for not attacking Carter. He said, Carter pardoned draft dodgers during the Vietnam War without recognizing Trump as a draft dodger. Ouch. Talk about friendly fire. So why are Trump's fans angrier than a wet cat in a thunderstorm? It's not just about Carter. This little tweet has cracked open a big old can of MAGA worms.
And one of the things that's happening right now is that tensions are running really, really high. One of the things I noticed about the message, and we'll look at it in a moment, is that it wasn't particularly vicious or vindictive. It didn't ascribe pejorative nicknames to Jimmy Carter, etc. Those of us who have been fortunate to have served as president understand this is a very exclusive club, and only we can relate to the enormous responsibility of leading the greatest nation in history.
Experts are saying this shows some serious cracks in the MAGA movement. It's like Trump's supporters expected him to be a 24/7 insult machine, and now they're mad he's occasionally pressing the be nice button. Even the polls are showing Trump's base isn't as solid as a rock anymore. It's more like a sandcastle at high tide. More and more MAGA folks are starting to wonder if Trump's still the guy they thought he was. They're all over social media, sounding like a bunch of disappointed parents whose kid just told them they want to be a mime instead of a doctor. The New Republic, which isn't exactly Trump's biggest fan club, says Trump's supporters are getting angrier at him for not being mean enough. It's like they signed up for a boxing match and got a tea party instead. So, is this the beginning of the end for Trump's base? Are they really calling him a traitor over one nice tweet? It's starting to look that way.
They're running high specifically because MAGA is now asking itself, post that Trump made about Jimmy Carter, which has angered so many MAGAPotamians. Quote, "I just heard of the news about the passing of President Jimmy Carter. The challenges Jimmy faced as president came at a pivotal time for our country, and he did everything in his power to improve the lives of all Americans."
Trump's relationship with his fans is shakier than a Jenga tower in an earthquake. And here's the kicker, all this drama over a simple, polite message about Jimmy Carter. It's enough to make you wonder what would happen if Trump actually did something really nice. Would MAGA world implode? Only time will tell, folks. Stay tuned for the next episode of As the MAGA Turns. So Trump's nice tweet about Jimmy Carter has opened up a big old can of MAGA worms. Who knew being polite could cause such a ruckus? It's like Trump accidentally stepped on a political landmine made of compliments. Is the Donald playing 4D chess while his supporters are stuck playing Candyland? Or is he just losing his touch faster than his spray tan in a rainstorm? Either way, it's clear the MAGA movement isn't as solid as a wall on the southern border. What's next in the Trump Twitter saga? Will he praise Nancy Pelosi's hair, compliment Biden's aviators, or maybe he'll go full rebel and tweet something nice about vegetables? Whatever happens, you can bet your MAGA hat it'll be wilder than a game of pin the tail on the donkey at a Republican convention.